What's up, guys? In today's video, we're going to talk about retail clawbacks and BitBoy crypto going crazy against the UCC and railing against NovaWulf. So I cut up a few minutes of his video from today, and I'm going to play it, react to it. I'm going to talk about other kinds of clawbacks. They're not all retail. Some are actually good for the community. So let me just dive into this.
The law says that basically you should be treated equally in bankruptcy, and that includes that if you took money out right before the bankruptcy and effectively got out of the building before everybody else.
Hi, everyone.
That money can be asked to be returned.
We're really
and
sorry
so,
about the technical
since the people on this call, by and large, are folks who got left holding the bag, as it were, one of the things the committee is considering is how to treat people who got off the platform, how to treat people who were earned people, and to the extent custody is an improvement, got elevated to custody. What were the facts of how people got into custody? That is, did they get into custody on the way out? And so we've got all these factual patterns and
sounds like
factual indications that we need to get from the data and the debtors to make sure that we find some, what I'm going to call rough justice, but we in fact mean it to be real justice, but at a minimum rough justice in terms of how people get treated.
Rough justice, and BitBoy is about to rail into Keith about this. And Keith is a lawyer who works at White & Case.
He wants to F you. He just said it right there. He wants rough justice for Celsius holders. He wants you to feel the pain as a Celsius holder for someone who removed your money beforehand.
And the person we are listening to is Keith Wofford, who is a partner at White & Case. Now, White & Case is the law firm representing the UCC. So he is the one that wants tough justice.
They want to go after your bank account. They want to go after your money that you withdrew because you may have thought, wow, this company's shady AF. Maybe I should actually take my money off and not have my money on a centralized exchange. If you have less than $5,000 in your account, Celsius has tried to buy you, is what they've tried to do. They've tried to buy your vote so that you will vote for this horrible plan that, by the way, I have people in my DMs telling me they're on the verge of committing suicide over this. Tons of people sending me messages about this, that they or someone they know withdrew money and have been so thankful they were able to skirt losing their life savings. And now old Clawback Keith wants to come and take that money. Well, first of all, I'll tell you that I will shutter my entire business and I will move to another country and I will hide all my money before Celsius ever gets a freaking dime from me.
It couldn't be more important than that. I have gotten a lot of messages myself about people being incredibly depressed that after 8 months after they filed BK and this money is in their bank account because they, for normal business reasons, needed to withdraw, a lot of them to pay taxes for the previous year. Because remember, this 90-day period started in April. So people literally took their money off of Celsius to pay their taxes. And now they are getting threatened that they will be attacked by the US court system and even international. People are terrified. Ben is completely correct. I'm sure he's getting a lot of people saying that they would commit suicide or very likely think about it if this were to go through.
And if you have $300 on Celsius and Celsius has tried to buy your vote, if you vote for this reorganization plan for your benefit of $300, you're a terrible person, you're a Benedict Arnold, and we don't want you and we don't need you in this space. Good, we will weed you out.
So obviously Ben is very passionate. I have to keep my passion to a minimum because I'm in a public freaking Starbucks. But essentially what he's saying is true. Celsius is trying to do a cram down strategy of essentially enticing the majority of creditors with this 70% convenience class payout if you have less than $5,000. And this will, I think, cover 85% of earned creditors. And what Ben is saying is that if you have a couple $100 and you just want to get your money out, and if you vote for this plan, you are doing so with the full knowledge now that you are screwing other people who have large amounts, because then this NovaWulf plan, which Ben is not a fan of, which to be honest, I'm not a fan of either right now, that will be what everyone gets shoved into. We'll get 20 to 30% of our liquid crypto back, and then we will pray to God that this company is working in our best interest, that we don't get rugged version 2.0 with NovaWulf, and that we can be made whole, at least in dollar amounts, from this new company.
Let me tell you what it's going to be. You're getting your money back on the front end, and everybody's getting an even amount. And there's no clawbacks. That's it. Period. That's the only thing that we will accept.
So there you have it from Ben. He's obviously incredibly passionate about it, and I do agree with him on this. Even if I was not somebody who took out money 90 days pre-petition, retail clawbacks would completely destroy the crypto industry, and it would just be a horrible thing to do for everybody. Kraken, Binance, Coinbase, Gemini, every single exchange would all of a sudden be under insane amounts of pressure, and it would probably crash the market. Clawbacks alone would crash the market, because what would happen is people would probably say, oh my gosh, I got to take my money off of Coinbase. I'm going to sell it all. I'm going to sell all my Bitcoin and take my USD back into my bank account, because if Coinbase goes bankrupt, they can take my money if I took any money off 90 days before they went bankrupt, right? So every single crypto institution, every single exchange has then opened themselves up to clawbacks if they go through with it here. And Ben on Twitter has really been going at it. He said, that's enough tweeting for tonight. Tomorrow the fun begins and we start ruining lives. And he is talking about this guy, the guy we heard on the phone. This is the attorney, or one of the attorneys for White & Case. He says, hey, Keith, dropped you a DM. Wanted to say, first off, congrats. Secondly, you are about to become the biggest meme on the internet. Third, your career, name, and reputation will be dead by the time I'm finished with you. So this is BitBoy's energy. This is just who he is. This is what he did to SBF. He flew down to the Bahamas and he basically stalked SBF's apartment. So this is BitBoy, and this is just what he does. Hopefully this is helpful and it puts the right kind of pressure and attention on retail clawbacks. I think it will. I think this is going to be net positive. And if more and more people know how horrible this would be for the entire industry, I think that this could have a positive effect so that retail clawbacks do not happen. So Simon Dixon had a great video today, and in one of the slides, he talked about clawbacks. Obviously, we have insider clawbacks. This would be doing clawbacks to the corporate team, Alex Mashinsky, Nuke and Daniel, etc. And that is already going to happen. The UCC and Kirkland and Ellis have agreed on this. Next, there is institutional clawbacks, and these are just clawbacks from basically institutions. And next, we have influencer clawbacks that people are getting all pissed off about. You're looking at people like Lark Davis or Marin Altman, people who got paid by Celsius to promote or make specific videos or content. And we know that Marin, I think, made like 15 grand for 3 months, I believe. Don't quote me on that. And a lot of other people made a lot more. And some of them were paid in Bitcoin. Others were paid in Cell. Now, this one from Lark, this just looks like he's sharing his referral code. I don't know if he was a partner. I'm not saying he is. I have heard other people on YouTube say back in the day, like last year, or I should say 2021, hey, this video is sponsored by Celsius. And then we have retail clawbacks. This is what Ben is talking about and what most people are afraid of. And then offset clawbacks. This is where people take money off the platform, but then they also have money on the platform. And then rather than going after your bank account, they can just offset some of the money you have in your account and use that as the clawback. So you took off 50, but you have 50,000 on the platform. Well, they're just going to take your claim from 50,000 down to 10, for example. But Simon does say that these are negotiation tactics, meaning not all of these will happen necessarily. These are things that we can use, or the UCC, or I should say NovaWulf, can use as bargaining chips. So I really found Simon's video to be very interesting. I will include the link to that below. I highly suggest you take a look at it. And finally, before I end this video, we have NovaWulf having a space on Monday, the 27th. So this is coming Monday at 5 p.m. on Twitter, which I will most likely be attending for sure. It's just for 1 hour. This is the first time they will be speaking publicly, hopefully taking questions from the community. And they did come out with this video on their website. I watched it. It's just the founders of, or the people in charge of NovaWulf and Mike Cagney as well. And they are just, I don't know, it's kind of boring. They're just saying, oh yeah, we're doing this because we see a need in the marketplace, and with our skills and their skills, we can really help and restructure this company, blah, blah, blah. You can watch it if you want, but it's pretty stupid, in my opinion. So guys, that is it for the video. I will keep you guys updated on what is happening. Right now, really, we are waiting for the disclosure statement that will come from NovaWulf, and that will have the retail clawback threshold. It'll have all of the updates with loans that David Adler is arguing for. Most likely it'll have information about sell token if the sell holders want to try to negotiate a higher price for their sell. It'll basically be a more finalized plan, most likely be hundreds of pages long, which I will, unfortunately, no, I'm just kidding. I will be covering for you guys. All right, guys, that's it for the video. Thanks for watching. Till next time, talk with you soon, and bye for now.